Hey golf people, on today's episode I have some super special clubs thanks to one of the supporters of this show who told me that at Costco, I couldn't believe it when I saw it, is selling a set of Honma TR20ps for just a ridiculous price. I picked them up for $7.99 with free shipping. I'm gonna take them out here on course right after we quickly unbox them and talk a little bit about the specs of these clubs and who they're meant for. Well, gotta say, this is probably not the best packed box I've ever seen. It's been a little bit damaged in shipment, but it is here. These actually have black graphite shafts. Official hologram, I guess. I don't think I've ever had a club that had a hologram on it, but these do. And there's the head wrapped in plastic. This is the 9-iron that I just pulled out. And this is the real deal, guys. This is pretty cool. Now, even though they are graphite, this black graphite, they're actually an 85 gram stiff flex. I think it's absolutely perfect. That is a premium shaft. Even if I get rid of these clubs, I'd say I might just keep those shafts because that's probably maybe even the nicest part of these clubs. But these are fully forged. Absolutely beautiful look to them. Rip that plastic off. If you don't think that Costco is just the greatest place in the world, you have not been. Their golf balls, exceptional. The wedges and putter that they sell, absolutely pure class. Incredible buy for $800. The cavity, I think, is pretty well hidden. These, in my mind, seem to sort of balance the line of a real game improvement iron and something that's more of a player's iron. I'd say these are probably intended for the 10 to 20 handicaps out there. I think that's going to be a bit more of an approachable club, and I think that's why Costco probably decided to take these on. You don't want to have a club that only 1% of golfers can play. You want something that has a broad appeal. I think these do that. Guys, we've got absolutely ideal conditions. Let's get into it. We're going to go plus or minus 3 as our over-under. After not so great of a drive, guys, we're about 300 out from the green here on this par 5. I'm gonna go 4 on just hopefully get us into position to put a wedge in our hands. Got up in the air pretty nice. The rough really kind of grabbed my club, so it might not have gone as far as I'd like, but the feel and the way it cut through the rough, pretty nice there. The bottom sole here is actually a little thinner than my current clubs, and I like that getting through the rough. All right, guys, well, we find ourselves 142 out, right in the middle of the fairway. The only thing I got to contend with is that branch, so we'll kind of test the height here on these clubs. I'm gonna go 8-iron. Oh, that is nice height. That is a good looking shot as it draws in there. And boy, I think we hit the green. We'll find out where it stopped, where it rolled out here. But like the feel, the forged feel is always a good thing. Now, this isn't the best forged feeling club I've ever felt, I wouldn't say, just by a couple of shots here as well as ones down on the range there. But definitely what's nice is you do get some feedback where on the club face you hit it, a little bit more than you might with a cast iron club generally. Now what's nice to see here is I actually hit this one a little bit past the pin. I'd say 5 yards past. We probably hit that 147. Really good for the loft of that club. Here on screen are the lofts of these Honmas. You can see at the 7-iron, 31 degrees. So pressed forward from your classical lofts, but definitely nothing like these super game improvement clubs we're seeing at 27 degrees, things like that. Pretty good loft there, but great distance actually out of that one. In fact, I probably ran out maybe 7 yards, so let's call that 149 with an 8-iron, which is really good for me. Stock with most sets is about 145 to 150, so that's right up there. Guys, to give you an idea of how much this rolled out with an 8-iron, here's my pitch mark here. We rolled out 3, 6, 9, 10 feet with the 8-iron. So in terms of spin, decent. There's a lot of dew and debris on these balls, so not gonna get a ton of spin here early morning, but we'll see again as we progress here. I'd say that's pretty good for the morning time, but not exceptional. Yeah, they're a little slow. That looks good. Oh, broke out just at the end there. I thought we had a birdie to start, which would have been a great start, but we'll take the par, guys. And we're heading to a real good birdie chance in hole number 2. Let's do it. So guys, after a drive here, we've got 122 to the green front pin. Now, That's normally a pitching wedge for me, but in this set, it's actually a 10 iron, if you see that there. I think that's really cool. And with these modern lofts these days, guys, you know, pitching wedge really isn't what it used to be, so I'd rather see 10 at the bottom of my club. Let's see if we can get tight here and challenge this flag stick. Oh, I push it out to the right, but really nice height. I think we're gonna be in the bunker. Well, after a pretty poor shot there, we've managed to short side ourselves, guys. Distance-wise, just fine. I'd say I hit that 125, being as we're a few yards past the flag stick. Early morning, this sand is like concrete, so just getting it out will be just fine with me. And I did not do that. I tried to get cute. One more crack at it here. There we go. We're gonna have a long putt for bogey, and that could make our over-under that much more difficult to achieve. But hey, I've got my lucky putter here with my new head cover. So let's see if we can roll one in and try to limit the damage there. Getting the speed right here is gonna be critical. We have a real big shelf this pin's on. And we're bumping along, and it's looking like a double bogey. So after 2 holes, we're +2. Really no fault of the irons, I would say. That was just one bad swing, and one bad swing can get you into a lot of trouble in golf, guys. So I've always thought that Honma's made a really good club, but not a exceptional club. But I'm so far pretty pleasantly surprised on my range session, as well as the first few shots I've struck here. Getting a lot more distance than I would think out of this loft of a club, and maybe that has to do with the shaft. And speaking of shafts, that's one of the things I really like about these clubs. A premium graphite shaft, 85 grams stiff on it, and boy, that's worth the price of admission alone. Graphite shafts usually gonna cost you a few more dollars than steel shafts. And the stigma of it being an old man's club really, to me, is gone over this last couple of years. Trying more and more graphite shafts and really liking the results. And still getting that stiffness and flex that I would get out of a steel club as well. Just less vibration is really nice. But these things are beautiful on here. All right, well, we're stepping up to the real teeth of this course. This is the 3rd hole here. It's gonna take 2 good shots, and it's very narrow with the drive up here. So hopefully get ourselves into mid-iron position with a good ball here. All right, guys, well, after that drive, we've got 179 shot. The pin's way back there in the back. I'm gonna go 6 iron here, and we're just gonna see if we can get there with this club. Pretty good ball flight. I'm going right over the trap though. Let's see if we carry it. I don't know if we did. We'll get up there in a second and find out. I did hit that one a little towards the toe. The good news is we did clear the bunker. The bad news is we got a mile up a hill. See this, if you can see it on the camera, this is kind of a 2-tiered green almost. So it's gonna be a really long putt. So in terms of distance there, boy, we're a good 25, I'd say 25 yards short. So 179 minus 25, I hit it about 154. So there you go. There's gonna be a distance penalty on off-center hits. And I got 0 rollout, by the way. Super wet conditions down here. Got to make a good 2-putt. We cannot afford to bogey another hole or we're gonna be in real trouble. So wish me luck. Get up that hill, come on. Come on. Oh, I left that short. Oop, I hit it a little hard. Ooh, I hit it just too firm. I've been playing these Irish greens. I just got back from my trip to Ireland, and I am not used to the putting speeds here at my home course just yet. And now, again, a tough putt for bogey, guys. Not want to miss this. Oh my God. It went around, stopped, and then dropped in. The bad news though is we are right on our number, unfortunately. So we've got to play the rest of this course in even par or better for these clubs to pass the test here. That's position A. All right, we've got 155 here. A lot of water there on the left. the pin's actually in a pretty inviting position because this green moves right to left. I'm gonna go 7-iron. See if we can challenge that flag stick. Well, I hung it out to the right again, but on this hole, that's the miss, okay? And I hit that a little thin as well, so just not my best strike. But I definitely, again, lost quite a bit of distance there. And for me, just not being a sweet ball striker, that is going to make me question whether these are the right clubs for me, honestly. So far, what I would say about these clubs is really ample distance when hit well, but you definitely pay a penalty when you mishit them, as I quite often do. I'm a mere mortal. If you're a mere mortal too, hit subscribe, by the way. Oh, and I just found my ball buried here in the rough. So this is a critical up and down, guys. We cannot afford to go +4. Go. Go, go, go. This is one of those moments where I feel like if I can make this putt, it could just turn the momentum completely on this round. So I'm going to give it a nice firm stroke, confident stroke, step up to it with confidence, have positive thoughts in my head. Hopefully we drain it. Come on, come on. Yes! Woo! All right, I've got to do better by these clubs, meaning I've got to start striking the ball there. I feel like I got a reprieve, a little redemption there, but we've got a lot of hard holes to finish this round, so it's time to start hitting the ball well. We've got a front pin in a weird spot, actually. Don't see it in this spot very often. It's 157. I'm gonna go 6-iron. 157, I'd normally be hitting 7, but we have just a touch of wind in our face, and I'm gonna try to test the workability of these clubs. I'm gonna hit a weaker shot in a fade. A fade just does not go as far. With a forged club, you're really looking for premium workability. We'll see if we get it here onto the Honma. Well, pretty straight. I mean, just a little bit of a fade, but good for distance. I think we're about pin high. I think we made the green. All in all, I would expect a little bit more workability there with the type of swing I took. A player would definitely want a little bit more left to right with that type of swing. So in terms of my expectations there, it's not horrible. We got a little bit, but it's far from exceptional. Now, if this was a game improvement club, I'd kind of figure that's what they would do. But being as this is a forged kind of somewhere in the middle of a player / forgiveness club, and we're not getting the distance forgiveness certainly out of these, I'd expect I get a little bit more workability, to be quite honest. But as it stands, we did get pin high. We did not make the green, unfortunately. We're just on the fringe, but we still have a reasonable chance here at birdie, and we are due to roll something in. Birdie would be sweet. Thicker than I thought. We'll have to settle for the par there. That was a very unfortunate first putt. All my first putts today have been pretty poor efforts, honestly. Except maybe that first hole. Kind of lucky to be where we're at. Turn. Whoa. Flirting with disaster there. So right now my feeling, 6 holes in at least, is that these clubs kind of live in a no man's land. And what I mean by that is, for a player, these have more player lofts to them, but they're lacking the feel you would expect out of a forged club. Even though they're good, they're not great, and they're lacking some of that workability. And then for a person who is a medium to higher handicap, they're really lacking the forgiveness, and you're going to have a serious distance penalty. So I'm not really sure right now at this point where these clubs land, but I will say my contact hasn't been completely pure. We're going to see if we can do a little bit better here these finishing holes, and you know, hopefully we can at least hit our over/under. But right now, yeah, it's tough to really say these are the clubs that I would recommend, even though the price is really right. All right, guys, we've got 165 here now. Because we have a little wind in our face, I'd probably go 5-iron. But also because of this kind of downhill lie I've got, this is really going to come out and start moving left. It's going to have a lot of topspin, so I think it may hit the green and roll out a little bit. At least it would if it was dry on here. So anyway, we're testing how far these go for distance too. So let's see if I can put a good swing on it. hung it out to the right, but we just rolled onto the front of that green. This is how wet it is on this course, guys. The ducks have made a little swimming pool here on the cart path. Come on, guys. Coming through. Sorry. Yeah, I said I just made the green, and I really just barely made the green. So again, you pay a distance penalty. I'm going to keep pounding that drum. You definitely pay a distance penalty with these clubs if you don't hit them square. Those probably traveled 153, which again, for a 6-iron, not going to do it most days. Woo! There's a lot of green between me and that hole. Did I hit it too hard? Settle, 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 settle. Oh, those first putts have been so poor today. Oh, we didn't get lucky like before though. Okay guys, well, we're +4. We're heading to, like I said, a little easier stretch of holes here, but man, we got to turn it up a notch if we're gonna hit our over-under. All right guys, well, not a great lie here, but I've seen worse, and we've got a decent angle to the pin. We've got 134. Gives us a chance to hit this 9-iron, and we got to get aggressive with the strike. Okay, better strike there. I think we got the distance, and we've got a birdie putt. That little thinner heel definitely works through this thick rough pretty well. So that's a plus. All right, it's nice to put the flat stick in our hand here for a birdie putt. This one looks like it's about 15 feet, so definitely better. In terms of distance there, I hit that 132, it looks like, and you know, stock would be 135 or so with this type of loft that we've got. So, and I thought it would move just at the end, it didn't. But hey, tap in par. We're getting better. We're heading to a short par 3 here. We'll probably have that 9-iron in our hand again, looks like, from where that flag is. So we've made a lot of birdies on this hole over the years. I feel confident. We've got 129. Yeah, I think that should be about perfect for that 9-iron because we do have a little touch of wind in our face. Ace cam is officially on. Beep, boop, boop. Good contact, nice high ball flight. Looks like it's going right at it. Kick left a little. Woo! It's not an ace, but it's a good crack at birdie, guys. All the distance you really need when they're struck well. But when they're not, that's where like a club like the 223 Mizuno, I feel, is a stronger option in this category. And of course, the price of the Mizuno is gonna be $500–600 more though. I wish we could say we have a green regulation, but we don't, guys. I did come up just a little short on the fringe, but still 10 feet here for birdie. Turn, 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 da! We are headed to our last hole here. We are +4, which means we have to have a birdie if these clubs are going to pass the test. I guess we know our distance here, 250. Not gonna be able to get there, but what I wanna do is lay up right into that area over there on the right-hand side. We're gonna go 6-iron here because we got some water. If it goes much further than that, we'll be in the water past the fairway, so 6-iron should be about perfect. This is all about control here. And I am gonna hit the fade shot one last time. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna be in position, guys. Again, it didn't really have much fade, just kind of went out that way and went straight. Yeah, let's talk about who these clubs are for. That P on the back stands for players. I'm having a hard time thinking this is a club for players. If you can't get the ball to work like that, not many players are gonna see a benefit to these clubs. The forged face, it's nice that it says forged on there, but I've felt forgings that felt a whole heck of a lot better than these clubs. So are these, again, clubs for beginners? Definitely not, because you're lacking a lot of forgiveness. You're taking a massive distance penalty. So I feel like they're somewhere in the middle. If you're a 15 to 12 range, maybe, you know, you're working on your ball striking, you're trying to improve the ball striking, I could see it working. I could see it working for you, but it's really hard for me to say these clubs, whether we get a birdie or not here today, that I can really recommend them for anybody other than the real budget conscious. And even at that point, I think there's brands like Tacoma, the clubs I'm playing right now, you can get for $450. It's tough to make the argument that these things are worth the extra $300. Certainly not worth, in my mind, the 11 or 1200 if you're buying these at retail. At retail, when they first came out, at least they were $175 a club. Got to imagine they're going to be a little bit less now that they're getting up there a year or two into production. Yeah, we are in perfect position here though, guys. Very receptive pin position here in the middle of the green. So the island shouldn't come into play. It's 105. I think that should be great for the 10 iron with about a 90% swing, which is what I like to do with my wedges anyways. Let's see if we can challenge. Good contact. Come on, be the club. Be the club. Ooh, it's actually a little long. Hey, we got a birdie putt. So if you are really an immaculate ball striker, that's where these clubs may work for you, but I still think Mizuno 223, Titleist, T100S, those clubs do it better. A little bit more forgiveness, better, much better really, workability and better feel for sure. If you're a value conscious shopper, you can get that Costco deal like I did for $7.99. Maybe you start to think about it, but honestly, I'd save your money and get one of those other ones I mentioned. Wish me luck, guys. This is the putt that's gonna make or break us today. Just in case you're wondering about the rollout, it's right here. As these greens have firmed up, it's gotten a little drier. I kicked forward about 3 feet there, which is about normal. Again, like a lot of about these clubs, not exceptional, but satisfactory. Might be a little too firm. Oh! Gave it a run. I wasn't gonna leave that one short. All right, +4. Well, hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Take a look at this video right here because this is a set of clubs, if you're shopping in this category, I think you're really gonna like. I'll catch you back here very soon on another edition of Let's Play Through.